Good evening everyone and welcome to the Esports Mini League. This is Mini League 3. For the first time ever you will see Mini League 3 in action, and we have two rounds for you, rounds 1 and 2, both from France and Belgium here tonight, the Circuit Paul Ricard and the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Of course, first up it is France. And you might be wondering who I am. I am James Head, going to be taking you through the action. As always, like I like to do with these mini leagues, I will be your Mini League 3 commentator for the next 2 weeks. Aidan Carter, who was due to do it, sadly having internet issues. We do wish him well and we hope that his internet will get fixed. So he's going to be taking over Mini League 2 from next week. But you're going to be stuck with me, which I think is not too bad at all. And coming into the breach here tonight, as I say, stepping in late for Aidan. Hopefully everyone is going to have a good night and hopefully we get to see some great action out on track. We have pretty much every single driver here already within the grid. We are literally just waiting for 7 o'clock to come around. Every single driver is in. So let me run you through the teams that you can expect here for Mini League 3 here tonight. So we'll go with Old Walker Racers first. OWY, you can see a couple of the names already there on the lobby. It's Atlas Copo, Isia Topic, Art Vanderlei and Vax Viking, their representatives here tonight. NLR represented, now I'll have to try and pronounce these names. If I get any of your names wrong, by the way, I do apologise. My pronunciation, me being from the northeast of England, is not that great. It is a Dutch team as well. Non-Label Racing, we welcome them into Mini League 3. And they have got Kilp, Hardly BM, Charlie H and DJ Deal. So they're represented 4 strong ship in the Dutch team there. And they're going to be running in the blue car. The green car, of course, will be OWR. XL Racing, formerly, of course, known to me as the League of Europe team. We've got Gary represented here tonight. Killer Blue, Ben JS and XL Neo. Going to be really interesting to see how Neo gets on. Gotta say, out of most of these drivers, he might be the quickest here tonight. So it will be very interesting to see, as I say, Neo and how XL get on. And we welcome them, of course, to Mini League 3 as well. Rising Phoenix, another new team. So 3 new teams here in Mini League 3 and within the Mini League itself. The Rising Phoenix are represented by Legend, RP James, Roddy Bees and Vrider. Again, pronunciations, if I get them wrong, I do apologise, so don't take offence or anything like that. I'll try my best in pronunciation, but when I'm commentating on 20 drivers at a time, it's going to be quite difficult. Young Walker Racers, the final team here in Mini League 3. We have got Pariah, Marcus, and looking through their other 2, Axnes and Bjartman. So, all 4 of those teams, every single team having 4 drivers, and remember, it is all up for grabs. All 20 positions that you see out on track, all 20 drivers that you see out on track will hopefully get to see the checkered flag and will pick up points for their team. So we'll run through the point system. I'll have to try and poke them out from somewhere, but I do have the point system somewhere in and around, and I've just found it actually. So the alternative point system that we run here in Mini League 3 and indeed in all the mini leagues. So if you are tuning in for Mini League 1, that will be coming up later at 8:30. Kieran McGinley going to be taking you through that one. But the alternative point system here, first position 25 points as you would expect. Second on 22 points. Third on 20 points. Then we go down to 4th and 5th who are 18 and 16. And then from 6th downwards, down to 20th position, all scoring points. So 15 points for 6th, 14 points for 7th, and all the way down to 2 points for 19th and 1 point for 20th. It is pretty self-explanatory, to be honest. Just think of it this way. All 20 cars out on track, if they finish, they get the points for their team. It is simple as that. And the more points that the team gets, the more chance that they have of winning the Mini League and getting promoted, of course, up to Mini League 2. As I say, we've got 2 races for you here tonight. We've got the Circuit Paul Ricard first of all in France, and then we've got roughly around 7:45 we've got Belgium. We could start a little bit early if we finish France early, and remember, with the format of one-shot qualifying, with the safety car off, it is really anyone's game. So really, honestly, if you have a moment out on track, if you get caught up in contact with another driver, safety car is off. so there will be no coming back, I'm afraid. But keep on sticking in there. This is for your team, remember. It's not for yourself, it is for your team. The more points that the team gets, the more chance you have winning of the mini league. It is simple as that. One shot qualifying, 25% race distance. We are about to go. XL Gary is in the hot seat for our lobby, so we thank him for we thank the Irishman. Hopefully his connection is going to be up to standard. I pray on that. But Gary is here going to be hosting the lobby, and we are just about to get underway. Quite a few hesitations, I think, to be honest. We've got 3 drivers ready, and 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go, 10 seconds to go even on the lobby countdown. Goodness me, everyone now ready up. Goodness me, you can tell I'm nervous for this Mini League 3, but we should see some good action out on track. And there is the Circle Paul Ricard. 15 corners await the guys out on track. Remember the new pit lane, not like the old ones. If you go through the final corner, it's not the old pit lane. Remember, there was a new pit lane here added in for the 2019 race, updated within the game, of course. And some fantastic corners out on track, which we should see a lot of overtaking at. 2 DRS zones, one down the start-finish straight and one down the first half of the Mistral straight, and then into the chicane node, of course, through 8 and 9. Sadly, there's no DRS zone going up the hill. That would have been very interesting, I think, to have a DRS zone going slightly up the hill into towards turn 10. Certainly would have tried to promote a bit of overtaking there. But 15 corners out on track. Hopefully everyone is going to have a great night out on track. And thank you so much for tuning in to Mini League 3 tonight. I can see we've already got 17 viewers and 4 comments. I will read through the comments during our break between races, so I don't want to disconnect or anything from my internet like I've proven plenty of times recently if you've been watching any of my commentaries. But 30 seconds ago on the counter, Marcus and RP James just readying up along with NLR Charlie, and now everyone getting in their setups. It should be quite interesting. I think a majority of the guys will end up going on the softer compound of tyres. Softs, mediums and hards, remember, are the 3 compound of tyres available to every single driver out on track. We are running the multiplayer cars as well, so no Ferrari, no Mercedes, no Red Bull, no normal Formula 1 teams. You will see the difference, though, between the multiplayer cars, and I'll especially go through that during the formation lap as we go on board with Legend. So Legend is going to lead us off. He's in the Rising Phoenix team. Very nice looking livery, that, a red and a yellow livery as we come down towards turn 1. And Legend coming through in towards turn 1 now. On the soft compound of tyres, Riley Bees and RP James, interestingly, going on a set of medium compound of tyres. So we go on board then with Legend as he comes now down towards turn 3. As I thought I didn't have game time, but he's well up there with Killer Blue and Neo early on, so some of the quicker guys already up there, and a fastest first sector from Legend, 24.5, as he now comes through turn 7 and now onto the Mistral straight. This is a long straight, separated of course by the chicane node, in excess of 205 mile an hour running down towards the braking point, and he'll brake just after the 100-metre board there, and Legend gets into the corner nicely through the chicane node, and now uphill once again on the second half of the Mistral straight in towards turn 10, which can be taken flat out. Be very interesting to see. 52 flat through the middle sector for Legend. Of course, the sector times, the sector split for sector 2 was changed in the game. It was used to be after turn 10, but Legend coming through turn 11. Looking very good actually out on track, just runs wide slightly. No invalidation. Could have easily picked up an invalidation, but Excel right up there with Neo and Killer Blue. V-Rider as well for Rising Phoenix. So quite a few of the guys, quite a few of the teams. NLR well up there as well. Neo coming around the final corner on board with Legend through turn 15. And Legend now about to come across the line. We'll open up the DRS down the straight, but it is going to be Neo on top with a 29.6. Killer Blue second. Legend with a very good run there in third position. Vax Viking, and I'm not sure, I think it was Riley Bees, the other person who got disqualified out on track. So we'll run through the full grid. Quite a few separated by less than a second, I think, actually out on track. So let's have a look. Yeah, top 11 separated by less than a second. So it's Neo who takes it for XL. It's an XL 1-2 with Killer Blue in second. Legend and Ryder in third and fourth, both for the Racing Phoenix team. NLR 5th and 6th. Hardly BM and Charlie with Gary in 7th for the XL team. DJ Dio and Keop going for NLR as well. They're 8th and 9th. Pariah, best of the YWR team, in 10th. Ben JS for XL in 11th. Then we've got a whole host of YWR guys. Marcus, Axnes, Bjartman, 12th, 13th, 14th. Then we've got Isotopic, Atlas Copo, RP James, fastest of the medium runners, 31.6 for him in 17th. He's for the Rising Phoenix team. Art Vanderlei, Bax Viking and Riley Bees and Bax Viking not getting lap time in. Remember, the top 10 having to qualify on the same compound of tyre as they will start the race. So they will have worn tyres going in towards the first half of the race. Probably around lap 5, lap 6 you would imagine the pit stops to be at. Of course, everyone going on a set of soft compound of tyres, but everyone in behind, this is where we could see the difference in the strategies on the 25% race. Remember, it's only 13 laps around here, so it's literally going to be over in the blinking of an eye. You would not want to miss any of the action out on track. 20-second countdown has just started, or 30-second countdown has started. We're about halfway through that at the minute. Do get in your predictions, by the way, of who you think is going to win Mini League 3. I will have a look through the comment section, as I say, during the not during the formation lap, but during the break between races 1 and 2. Of course, Belgium coming up after this. But we're here in France, and we get to see everyone's liveries for the first time, and it is XL Neo who leads us off. XL running a very nice coloured orange colour there, which is very good to see, and also Colour Blue in second position. Legend and Bryder, we've already been on board with the Rising Phoenix's team livery, looks very nice as well, that red and gold. Hardy BM and Charlie all running a blue and white livery, representing of course their team at Non-Label Racing, because they of course have a high style essentially of blue and white. So very nice looking there, and I like the dark blue on that as well, to be honest. Gary just ahead of Charlie. Charlie trying to go up the inside. It's not the race yet, guys. Goodness me. Pariah running a purple livery for YWR. I think that's the same with the majority of his teammates. Marcus, Axnes and Bjartman, yeah, they're all running a purple running livery for YWR. And that indicates, of course, with OWR, because they're in the green coloured cars. So that is pretty much the key for tonight. I think that is Bjartman may be lagging slightly. A bit of a concern there, but let's have a look through the strategies of every single person out on track. Of course, the top 10 having to qualify on the same tyre that they will start the race on, so soft compound tyre for the top 10. And again, a very interesting mix within the strategies further down the field. We've got one XL driver, Ben JS, on soft compound of tyres. Marcus and Axnes for YWR are on soft compound of tyres. Pariah, of course, being in the top 10. Bjartman, interestingly, going differently, so he could go a bit longer into the race, lap 8, lap 9 probably, where the pit stops are going to be made. Atlas Coppo and Isotopic also for the medium compound of tyres, and in fact 3 out of the 4 OWR members are on medium compound of tyres, Bax Viking being the exception rather than the rule there. And RP James for Racing Phoenix, and Riley Bees in fact for Rising Phoenix, they're on a set of medium compound of tyres as well. So very interesting, of course, with the strategies. Who are your predictions on? I've got to be honest, I think Neo is going to walk away with this race. I've seen him race in League of Europe before. He's an utter talent when it comes onto the grid. I think Neo will win. For second, Legend I think could do a good job in second, and for third, looking further down the field, Pariah, throw him in there for third position. And that is just purely my top 3, not based off the teams, going to remain unbiased throughout this. But the 5 red lights are about to go out here for Mini League 3. We're about to get underway for the first time here in Mini League 3. The 5 red lights are about to go out here in France. Long hold on the lights, but it is eventually lights out and away we go. Killer Blue gets a good start, so does Neo, and it's going to be side by side, 2 by 2. Pretty much the majority of the guys will run down in towards turn 1, and it's Neo just about on top from Killer Blue. Ryder's got a good start and is down the inside. In fact, on Killer Blue, fantastic move. Can he pull it off around the outside? There's a spinner in the background. That looks like it's NJ Deal who's been caught up in an instant with Ben JS, but Neo through turn 3 and 4 for the first time. Ryder gets the move done on Killer Blue. Fantastic stuff by the Rising Phoenix man. Legend in behind as well. And then it's Pariah making a good start as well. He's up into 6th position, forcing his way through on Hardly BM. Gary has dropped down, and Gary in fact has spun. So Gary in fact spins in the background there through turn 7. Not sure if there was a little bit of contact. Hardly BM and Pariah going side by side. Axel is catching the back of Marcus as well. Quite a hectic start in the midfield, but up front pretty much very good driving out on track. Hardly BM trying to go around the outside. He's on the inside line. Oh, they touch. Pariah and Hardly BM. Good avoidance there actually by Marcus, and Pariah Mariah will end up coming onto track, and he's rejoined track. I think he's down there in 17th position. Marcus around the outside of Hartley. BM trying to get the move done. He does. Fantastic start by everyone out on track. We'll have a look at the position gains, of course, at the end of lap 1, and the position losses at the end of lap 1. But Ryder is on the back of Neil for the lead of the race. Neil doing a good job out on track from Ryder. Killer Blue in third. Excel currently dominating within the top 3, but 2 Rising Phoenix team members and 2 Excel team members. So currently looks like, to be honest, and YWR NLR are also going to be in there. It's going to be quite tight at the end of lap 1. So Neil leads from Ryder in second, Killer Blue in third, Marcus is into the pits, must have picked up front wing damage, Legend in fourth, Charlie in fifth, Axdays in sixth, Bjorkman in seventh. We see a lot of overtaking happening because, of course, drivers coming into the pits there. Bjorkman, in fact, lagging, and Caleb's trying to go around the outside. Looks a bit unbroadcastable, to be honest. Riley Bees and RP James up into 10th position, so good start. There are the position gains. 11 positions gained for Riley Bees out on track. Just runs a little bit too deep. RP James is in behind. Atlas Copa will try and get through on this as well. Very good start though by the front runners. Midfield a little bit sketchy, but that's what you come to expect, I think, within Mini League 3. And of course, with everyone still going right out on track, all points are still up for grabs, which is more important than anything. Don't ignore your own race as well. Just ignore your own race, but make sure it's for the team. Make sure it's for the team. That is the best possible advice I could give to everyone there out on track tonight. But we see a 3-car train for second. Ryder on the back of Killer Blue, on the back of Ryder, trying to get the move done. This is through turn 11. Charlie and Axnes are Legend, and Charlie, in fact, are in behind. So we have got 2 Rising Phoenix drivers in Ryder and Legend, and we've got Killer Blue for Excel and NLR represented by Charlie up there in the top 5. So as I say, it's going to be quite interesting to see as Killer Blue, in fact, pits. So Killer Blue is into the pits. I wonder if this is a bit of a tactical decision by Killer Blue. XL Neo will go probably next couple of laps. So Killer Blue is in on lap 2. NLR Cup is into the pits as well. XL Gary is into the pits. So quite a few drivers maybe pitching on lap 1, trying to get out of the traffic early. But it's really a tactical game currently out on track. Charlie on the back of Legend though, and Legend on the back of Ryder. I don't think the 2 Rising Phoenix team members will fight. But we're on the end of lap, we're on the start of lap 3 pretty much. Neil leads from Ryder in second, Legend in third, Charlie in fourth, Axes fifth, Bjorkman in sixth, doing well to recover, with Riley Bees in seventh, James in eighth, with Atlas Couple and Nathan Vanderlei in 10th. They round off the top 10 back to Spikey and NJ Dio. Killer Blue, by the way, came out in 13th, well ahead of Gary, who was actually undercut Marcus coming out of the pits. We're on board with the 2 Rising Phoenix drivers, Ryder and Legend. Wonder if anyone, one of these 2 actually comes into the pits earlier than the other. I think it would be catastrophic, to be honest, if one doesn't. Legend on the inside on of Ryder. This could be a let through actually by Legend. Yeah, he's through. Legend goes wide through turn 12, nearly getting caught on the outside curb there on the AstroTurf. And that Legend, goodness me, had a bit of a sideways moment, but he completes the move. So Legend up to second, Ryder up to third, and Riley Bees has got the move done on Bjorkman. And in fact, Bjorkman, I think, has had a bit of a half spin. So RP James is now through up to seventh, and Neo is into the pits from the lead of the race. So Neo is in, Ryder is in as well. Legend will continue on in the lead of this race. A really action-packed race currently. We're on board though with Atlas Copa, who is on the back of a very laggy Bjorkman out on track. Hopefully he will get his connection sorted out. Of course, for the fairness of everyone out on track, we want to see guys having the best possible connection as possible. Bjorkman has had issues in the past with his connection of races that I've commentated on in the mini league in the past as well. So just to be aware of that, and I'm sure Atlas Copa will be quite hesitant to the fact that he's got a lagging car ahead. And RP James is going to be aware of this as well. Bjorkman is actually all over the back of RP James. There on the pit stops, by the way, NJ Dio just came into pits as well. Bottom half of the field, pretty much, from Neo all the way downwards, you can see have already pitted. So, just the top 10 to pit in. Bjorkman on the back of RP James, trying to catch on the run down towards the chicane node. Who's 8 and 9 this will be. Bjorkman closing up but not getting close enough. A lag just looking like he was going to overrun the corner slightly. Now Atlas Copo is right on the back of him. Atlas Copo, in fact, is going to get the move done, but you can see the bit of a desync going on there between Bjorkman and Atlas Copo just jumping forward. It's not really the nicest position to be in out on track. But Atlas Copo on the back of Bjartman. Apologies about my burp there. Goodness me, I've got a sparkling drink, which is why I might be a little bit fizzy, if I'm going to be honest tonight. Atlas Copo on the back of Bjartman. We should see Legend, though, come into the pit. And then, in fact, yes, spot on. Legend is coming into the pit. Charlie's into the pit. Axnes is in and gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. Riley Bees and RP James will continue. They're all on a set of medium compound of tyres. So, except on Vax Viking, we're still going right out on track, in fact. Everyone on the soft compound of tyres is pretty much pitted, except from Vax Viking, as I say. Atlas Copo trying to get onto the back of Bjartman, running down. Not really much going on in terms of fighting further down the field. We're running both with DJ Dio, who was on the back of Ben JS, or XL against NLR here. And currently, it looks to me as if it might be advantage to XL. XL and Rising Phoenix, I think, have a distinct advantage coming onto lap 5. We're on board, though, with DJ Dio, who's just about to start lap 5. Ben JS has already been into the pits. DJ Dio as well. Very hard name to pronounce when you're trying to commentate quite quick. But you're trying to get the move done on Ben JS. And Ben, Division 3 or... Division 3 driver within League of Europe, which I commentate on, of course, on a Saturday night. DJ Dio, in the meantime, for the Dutch team, doing a fantastic job, I've got to say. And he's on fresher tyres, so he should be trying to get the move done. Speaking of trying to get the move done, Charlie is on the back of Axnes. He's just on the back, but look at the ERS. You will see in F1 2020, and I have been seeing the gameplay earlier on, it looks like ERS will no longer be a part, manually certainly, of F1 2020. It is going to be more focused on an overtake button that the drivers can use. So that's going to make it quite interesting, I think, for league racing. And I'm sure you guys will want to debate that, of course, within the chat. Axnes under pressure, though, from Charlie at this stage. These guys are currently in a net 5th or 6th position. Of course, when the guys come into the pits ahead, we should see these guys jump up the field to around 5th or 6th. Max Viking is into the pits, picks up a 5-second time penalty, so that will, of course, be added on to the time at the end of the race. Art Vanderlei has been overtaken by Killer Blue. Now Ryder is on the back, so Ryder on the back of Art Vanderlei should be quite easy, possibly, for Ryder to get the move done, but you can see he's running no ERS down the straight and will not get the move done there. Very good commitment, though, in towards turn 1. Nearly got onto the back and nearly touched the back, actually, of Art Vanderlei ahead. OWR against Rising Phoenix, so even Legend in behind as well, so it's looking good for the two Rising Phoenix cars. Hopefully they can try and get the move done one after the other pretty much, and I'm sure these guys are lining up the move. Beautiful helicopter cameras. We come through turn 6 and 7 here at the Circle Paul Ricard. We're nearly halfway through here in Mini League 3, and there's Riley Bees who leads from James in second. Bjartman and Atlas Copo are having a battle, but in the meantime, our Vanderlei is under pressure, and he could be outdone by two Rising Phoenix cars. 2 for 1, that is how you do it, and I think our Vanderlei just purely let them through. Ryder is through, Legend is through, they're up to 7th and 8th, so good moves there, and pretty much what I said a couple of corners ago. They need to get the move done as soon as possible. That's what they've done, and now they can fight to try and catch Killer Blue for a net 2nd position. Ryder up to 7th, Legend up to 8th. Atlas Copo in the meantime on the back of Bjartman, couldn't get the move done down the Mistral straight. In the meantime as well, we'll focus on our attentions for the battle for 10th and 11th out on track, because Charlie is all over the back of Axnes. Axnes is of course a TTL F1 League 2 driver, which you might have seen on the channel before. Charlie, NLR driver, is on the back of him, and the Dutchman will be hoping to try and outgun the Norwegian here. Whatever you are against NLR. Just a bit of a correction there from NLR Charlie. He comes down the straight. In excess of 200 miles an hour this will be. You can see him running ERS mode 1. Just because the driver is in ERS mode 1 doesn't mean he's got the nerve to try and get the overtake done. And in fact he doesn't, and Legend has just been let through by Ryder. So that's a change of position there. So Legend through on Ryder, and now that is up to P7 for Legend. And I think he's probably the quicker driver. Probably been a little bit of a change up there, saying I think I'm the quicker driver, I want to go and get Killer Blue, who's 1.7 seconds ahead. I mean, the gap has really reduced. Neo was getting through on Atlas Copo, German making it look quite easy down the Mistral straight. The XL team up into 4th position with Neo. He's currently in the net lead of the race as well, when Riley Bees, James and Bjartman all come into the pits, as well as Atlas Copo. Charlie, though, still on the back of Axnes. We've got Cup on the back of Marcus as well. And Jess has picked up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That's through the very tricky turn 7. Can pick up a 3-second time penalty there more often than not. I've seen it in league races plenty of times around here before. where the drivers pick up a 3-second time penalty. Penalties I thought would be actually more prominent within this race than what's actually being seen out on track. Cup is on the back of Marcus, going to try and get the move done down in towards turn 11, and he's going to try and think about this. Could force up Marcus into a bit of a mistake here. Bjartman is into the pitch from 3rd position. The Bjartman in frees up Neil into free space. Atlas Copo as well is not coming into the pit. He stays out because Bjartman, of course, pitted in. Cup just getting caught on the outside curve there through turn 13. Now through 14. Now through 14 and then into 15. That was turn 13, the previous one. I failed with maths GCSEs, so that's probably why I'm miscounting. Cup right on the back of Marcus. This should be job done, but again, Cup is on the back of Marcus, not going to get the move done. He feels confident enough to try and get the move done on ERS mode 0, and nearly gives him a bit of a tap there. So Cup on the back of Marcus. They take the curve nicely. Axnes and Charlie going side by side just ahead, and in fact that's a change of position, so Axnes has got the move done. In fact, Charlie is trying to get the move retaken on Axnes. I think they were going side by side. Might have just been a little bit of contact between them both, but now Charlie is on the back. He's got ERS mode 1. He's just saving up his ERS, 87% compared to 40%. NLR Charlie in a very good position here, trying to go down the inside of chicane node. Not going to get the move done there though. Charlie on the back of Axnes. We've got Cup on the back of Marcus as well. He's now going to go for the move. The NLR man down the inside of the YWR man, and that is pretty plain sailing there from Cup. He's down the inside, he's moving, he's up into 11th position, so a very good move there by the Dutchman. Marcus will have to try and fight back through turn 10. Of course, turn 10 can be taken flat out on this course, out on the track here. It's like a pull the card. Marcus on the back of Cup. Riley Bees and RP James, both for the Rising Phoenix team into the pit, as is Atlas Copo. So around pretty much where I said, lap 8, lap 9 is where the guys will be pitting in the same mediums, and I'm totally spot on with that. Of course, some of them pitted as a result of trying to get a bit of a tactical advantage in terms of the team. Marcus still on the back of Cup, but we're going to cut to the back of a second because Legend has suddenly cut loose on the back of Killer Blue. 0.3 of a second. Killer Blue normally very quick. He is a Division 2 driver within League of Europe, but Legend is on the back of him and maybe tasting himself a bit of his own medicine here, to be honest. Legend is on the back. He looks quicker. He's dragging Ryder along with him as well. Killer Blue on 6 lap all tied. Legend just picked up a 3-second time on the outside of turn 7, but he's looking to try and commit the move down the inside and towards the chicane node. Killer Blue's aware of the danger. Legend down the inside he goes. Oh, they make contact. Killer Blue's still on the inside on this. Going to let Ryder into play as well. So three car battle now for second, third and fourth. Legend has got the move done on Killer Blue. He could try and reclaim that position up towards turn 10, but I don't think he's close enough. So good move there by Legend. He's moving it up to P2, but Ryder is on the back as well, possibly looking to try and gain a tactical advantage out on track. In terms of the teams, of course, XL have Neil up the road by 5.2 seconds. Killer Blue now coming under pressure. He's driving well, but I've got to say Ryder looks quicker. Ryder definitely looks quicker. With only 4 more laps to go after this one, Neil will lead onto lap 10 now with 5.2 second lead from Legend in second, Ryder in third. Killer Blue in third and Ryder in fourth position. But now they're running a bit of a DRS trend, so they're stuck in a bit of a rut. Whether the cars have the quicker setup or not is another thing. Ryder, as you see, just down in the ERS there, the advantage would have been with Killer Blue there. But down the straight, this is going to be quite potent, I think, because the DRS train is going to really affect the car in third in line, essentially. So this is Ryder that we're on board with. He's third in line. In the meantime, XL Gary is under pressure, and Charlie is getting the move done on Axes. Axes having the pull run out of turn 1 there, and Charlie sails it up the inside, gets the move done. He's up into 5th position, so Charlie is through, and Gary trying to fight off the attentions of a ravaging beast behind him. Riley Bees and James, in fact, have pulled off an absolute wonder strategy to go up into 8th and 9th position for the Rising Phoenix team. But now you can probably see where this one is going to go. Has Riley Bees got the confidence to go around the outside on XL Gary down the Mistral straight? Of course he has. Never in doubt. Riley Bees through, and he's up into 7th position. They're catching a fighting battle ahead as well, with Axnes getting the position redone on Charlie. But here is Charlie for the NLR team, going up the inside of the YWR man through turn 10. Can he get the move done down the inside? I think he has. He's just about on top. Axel trying to go around the outside, just forced off track slightly, maybe to do with the camera on the corner. He's just going to rejoin in front, just about ahead of Riley Bees. There could have easily been a bit of a hard rejoin there, and there could have easily been a better contact. But good racing. Neil leads us on to lap 11, by the way. Legend in second, still fighting off the tension. But Ryder is on the back of Killer Blue as well. We're in for a showdown in the final 3 laps of this race. And of course, this is Mini League 3. Mini League 1 to come later with Team McGinley taking you through that one at 8:30 to 9:15 for both races from France and Belgium as well. So if you're tuning in for Mini League 1 and you're expecting it, this is Mini League 3, so you can probably come back in about an hour's time and we'll have Mini League 1 stream up for you and the benefit of the graphics there as well. Ryder in the meantime on the back of Killer Blue, trying to get the move done. He's 4/10 off him down the Mistral straight. Bjarman has picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that was through turn 1. But let's have a focus in the meantime on Riley Bees, who is on the back of Axnes now. He's left Gary for dead. And now Riley Bees should have go down the inside here. Both have got DRS, so it is pretty much a drag race down towards the chicane node. But I think Riley Bees, given the fresher tyres, could have this move done. He has got the move done. Access runs slightly wide, but nothing he can do about it. Riley Bees is through on fresher tyres. And he's up into 6th position. I've got to say, I really appreciate his pace out on track. But look at Gary on the back of Axnes, going down the inside, the Irishman for the XL team against the YWR man. And it's clean sailing down the inside for Gary. And he's up into 7th position, of course, formerly known as Gary Donegan, another Division 2 driver, current Division 2 leader, I think, actually in the championship standings. He's doing a fantastic job there. But Gary is up into 7th, and more points going XL's way. Ben JS letting the side down, possibly a second behind DJ Dio at this stage in 15th position. Remember, all 20 cars still going. Neil's picked up a 3-second time penalty through turn 1. On to the penultimate lap of the race, though. It's Neil who leads from Legend in second. Killer Blue, though, maybe beginning to have a bit of a second wind on these tyres. He's only 4/10 off the back of the Dutchman out on track, and Legend doing a fantastic job. Ryder is in 4th, Charlie in 5th, Roddy Bees in 6th, Gary 7th, Axnes 8th, James in 9th. Hasn't got the pace to catch up to the back of the likes of Axnes and Gary ahead. But Cup in 10th position as well. Marcus in 11th. Bjartman in 12th. He's trying to chase down his YWR teammate. But a 3-car battle for second. Maybe beginning to unwind here. Legend just looks like he's got the better run out of the corners. He's got fresher tyres compared to the 2 guys behind. He's certainly going to try and give Killer Blue a little bit of pay here. Art Vanderlei picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's well down in 19th position. Hopefully you have enjoyed, by the way, race 1. If you have, like, comment, subscribe, tick that notification bell if you are new, of course, to the TTTV channel, and if you are new to the Mini League, then of course we welcome you. James Head taking you through the action as always, like I do for Mini Leagues. Aidan Carter was meant to be here. He had internet issues, so I'm now filling in for Mini League 3 for the next 2 weeks. Neo, in the meantime, asserting his dominance onto the final lap of the race. It's 5.5 seconds the gap. I said he would be the quickest man out on track, and he's proven it. Legend in 2nd, Killer Blue in 3rd, Ryder in 4th, Charlie H in 5th. But look at Riley Bees on the back. Can the Rising Phoenix man close up on the NLR man? And he can probably sense where this could go if he uses up his ERS down towards turn 1. Can Riley Bees get the move done on Charlie? He's going to think about a half commitment, but not. He's going to wait for the Mistral straight. So he's just playing it nice and tactically in behind Charlie. Or he's going to try and get the move done. But this could let actually Gary into play within the DRS. So this could be a 5-car DRS train in behind. James has suddenly picked up the pace as well. He's on the back of Axnes. Cut into the battle for second quickly because Killer Blue is right on the back of Legend. Here he comes down the inside. Killer Blue. Can it be an XL1-2? Down the inside he goes. Legend ran the outside. He forces off track slightly, but Killer Blue has got the move done. He outgunned him on the brakes. He just loses control of the car, and Legend is on the back of him. Going to be side by side pretty much running up towards turn 10. Riley Peters got through on Charlie in behind as well. Legend down the inside of Killer Blue through turn 10. Can he get the move done? Now through turn 11. Killer Blue's hanging it all the way around the outside. He can't impossibly do this. Legend is on the inside line. What a fight this is between the XL and RP team. And now Legend tries to dive it up the inside, but respect is given, and Killer Blue hangs on to the position. But look at Riley Bees as well. Look at Ryder, sorry, on the back. Neil about to come across the line. Neil's coming around the final corner. He's going to take race 1 win here in Mini League. He sets the fastest lap of the race as well, just a boot. Killer Blue has fought off the attentions with a fantastic piece of driving around the outside. He finishes second. Legend had a 3-second time penalty in third. Ryder in fourth. What a fantastic battle for second that was. Riley Bees has got through on Charlie, breaking the toe in the end. He will finish fifth. There'll be a whole host of penalty changes though. Gary across the line, access. James up to seventh position as well. Access down to ninth as a 5-second time penalty. Cup in 10th, and we've got a whole host of cars now coming across the line. Hardly BM, Marcus, Fiatman, Ben GS. You can take your pick. I'll run through everything after. Pariah's up to 13th for the YWR team, and OWR, very disappointing to be honest from their perspective. Vax Viking across the line in 18th position. Vanderlei could gain on his teammate. Vanderlei going to be coming across the line in 19th position, and Isotopic for OWR as well will be coming across the line in 20th. So, race 1 over and done with, and it looks to me as if it might be advantage Rising Phoenix into the second round for Belgium. Dead on 7:30. That is France over and done with. Round 1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the action out on track. But we go to the top 7 of the podium, and it's that man again. It's Neo on the top step of the podium. Produced a fantastic win in League of Europe Formula 2 just a couple of days ago. And he's back to winning ways in the Mini League as well for the XL team on their debut within the Mini League. Good to see as well, fantastic action in behind. But in the end, Killer Blue finishing in second, and Legend finishing in third position as well, with the other Rising Phoenix driver in fourth. And we'll run through the full running order from race 1, and we'll try and get the points tally added up for you guys as well within the comment section. Neo takes it though, out on track. Killer Blue in second, Legend in third, Ryder in fourth, but look at Riley Bees, 20th, up to 5th. Certainly driver of the race there, I think, for Riley Bees. Gary in 6th, Holstein actually a bit of an Irish clan there. James in 7th as well. Charlie in 8th, Access in 9th. NLR have Cup, Hardly BM and DJ Deal 10th, 11th and 12th. Pariah best of YWR in 13th. Sorry, Access was in 9th. Pariah second best of YWR in 13th. Atlas Copel best of OWR in 14th. YWR Barman in 15th. Ben JS for XL in 16th. Marcus, Vax Viking, Art Vanderlei and Isotopic all finish. Everyone scores points. Happy days. Happy days. So we will see maybe a few changes to the driving lineup. We might see a couple of swaps here within race 1 and race 2. But let's really focus our attentions on what happened there, because Neo dominated the race from the front, got the start, got the break, got the move done, and really opened it up from the front. Fantastic tactics, by the way, by the Rising Phoenix team. Second, third and fourth, and I think 6th as well, if I'm not mistaken. So they inevitably are going to take the lead in the Mini League. Of course, with my math skills, I'm going to leave it up to whoever is behind the scenes doing the point standings. I think it might be Maze, if I'm not mistaken. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the first race. Of course, Belgium is up and coming, so what we're going to do is take a little bit of a break, and we'll focus on the Belgian track in just a couple of minutes. We are pretty much early. We're 12 minutes ahead of schedule, so that is absolutely fantastic stuff. Let me have a look then at you lovely lot within the comments section. Let me have a look and see how you guys are doing. 22 people watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Up the Rising Phoenix says Hyperwars coming in there. Good evening to everyone, of course, coming into the comment section, and keep the chat friendly is the most important thing I think out of that. We just got a meal deal at Tesco's. Fantastic. Riley very happy with his 20th up to 5th. A fantastic drive from Riley. He gets my driver of the race. I will have an overall driver of the day as well. And good job, James, as always, says Conti. Of course, TTG going to be part of Mini League 2. That will be live from next week. Mini League 3 and Mini League 1 here tonight. Kevin McGinley will be taking you through Mini League 1. And that, of course, will be France and Belgium, as always. And then we have the final week of Mini League 3 next week as well. Now, I've totally forgot the tracks. I'm just going to have a look through at the tracks now. So next week, you will expect from us both Japan and Germany. So Japan and Germany next week for Mini League 3. So best to get the practice in now for sure. Well, not now because there's still another race to come, but certainly within the next week or so, League 3 will be going Japan and Germany, and in fact League 3 will be the first one to finish, because League 1 and 2 will carry over to the 27th of May. Kevin McGinley and Aidan Carter are going to be taking you through, of course, those. Fantastic though action out on track, and now we come to one of the longest circuits on the F1 calendar. Well, the longest circuit on the F1 calendar. It is, of course, Belgium. 7 kilometers in length around here at the Belgian Grand Prix circuit. And if you are wondering, by the way, a bit of a track guide around here. Normally within a 50% race you would expect softs to mediums to last to lap 7 to lap 10 for the pit window. Throw that out the window because it's a 25% race first and foremost, and we should see softs to mediums last probably around lap 4, lap 5 before pitting in. And again, I think if I'm not mistaken there's 11 laps out on track for the guys, so this is going to be quite a quick race as well. And I mean, given the nature of the track, we should see some great racing out on track. I'm just trying to find my track map to try and find you guys the best possible guide through. I have found it. So 22 laps, 11 laps for us, of course, in 25% conditions, 19 turns. And if I remember off the top of my head, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a quiz. If I'm right with the corner names, then give me a high five within the comment section. So, turn 1, we've got La Sauce. Turns 2 and 3, and up towards turn 4, we've got a Rouge first, and then Radion at the top of the hill. Then down the Camel Straight between Radion and Les Combes chicane through 5, 6 and 7. Then on the run down towards Bruxelles corner, or Bruxelles as I like to call it normally within commentary, that's through turn 8. X corner, or similarly known as No Name, it is actually called X corner through turn 9. Turn 10, 11, P1 of course. 12 and 13 is the only corner that I don't know the name of around here. Turn 14 into 15 is Stavelot. Then through 16 and 17 at Blanchimont, and then into the bus stop chicane at turns 18 and 19. And remember, these guys, back in the 1960s, 1970s, when Spa was first introduced, they used to go well off into the distance, and it was like a 12, 13 kilometre track, I think it was. It's been dumbed down to 7 kilometre race distance, and roughly it is 4.3 mile around here. The race distance, of course, 154 kilometres. Take that and pretty much half it, because if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be something like 77 kilometres for a race distance around here, and it will probably be around 42, 43 mile for the racing out on track tonight. So Mini League 3 will be getting back underway very shortly indeed. As I say, we are ahead of schedule, so I'm just trying to fill for time at this stage. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to give myself a little bit of a 2 or 3 minute break, and I'll be back to have a look through the comment section and see how you guys are doing on this fine Wednesday night in lockdown, of course. And my main message, of course, whenever I stream here now within lockdown, is don't follow the government advice. Do not follow the government advice. Stay at home, protect the NHS and save lives, and protect the health service wherever you live as well. So I will be back within the next couple of minutes. In fact, I'm going to be back now because I've just been informed that we have the unofficial point standings coming into tonight, and we're about to get underway. So let me run you down, as you can see in the comment section, to those of you who are tuning in, the point scoring system for the first race. So the collection of points pretty much out on track. Rising Phoenix lead the way by 1 point out on track, 68 points. Rising Phoenix. XL Racing Team in second on 67 points. Non-Label Racing, NLR, in third on 43 points. YWR, Young Walker Racers, in fourth on 30 points. And OWR in fifth place on 13 points. But as I said, these are unofficial point standings. might be a bit of alacrity in them. There might be one or two points difference between guys that we might have not necessarily calculated, so take this with a pinch of salt. Waluigi is tuned in. Good evening to Waluigi. Hope you enjoyed your break. Yeah, I couldn't get my 2-minute break. We started up, the point system was, the points scoring was done, so yeah, we're back. But anyways, it's Belgium. It's your home track, Waluigi, and I know he's been very consistent through here, and he's probably going to be supporting the XL team as well, as he is a League of Europe Division 1 driver in himself. But as you can see here, I'm taking a drink right now. Right, 30-second countdown about to begin. As I say, a 7-kilometre length track here. Spa is one of those spectacles. You never get a bad race around here within any league that I see or that I commentate on. You never ever get a bad race. In terms of contact, possibly, but in terms of pure racing and overtaking, I don't think I've seen a race where it hasn't lacked in overtaking, to be honest. Never, certainly not since the F1 2017 days when I used to commentate on that game back in the day for a league that I'm not going to name. Axnes is our driver though of choice, and Axnes on the run down towards turn 1. We see the lap data, we see the telemetry up now. I'll get rid of the spectator menu as well so you can see the full track, and now Axnes running down towards turn 1. Very good actually out on track. We switch to camera type and run down through a Rouge and Radion. Very nicely there by Axnes. Ryder actually on the set of medium Commentators, as is Riley Beat, as is James. So 3 of the Rising Phoenix team on a set of medium Commentators. We see through the first sector, and it is DJ Deal, Ben JS and Gary well up there early. Good first sector though by Axnes. Through the con. And now on the run down towards Bruxelles corner at the bottom of the hill, and then down towards X. This is actually probably one of the bottom points on the track. And we get towards the bottom point on the track. Axnes runs wide. He's gone through now X, and on the run down towards Pouron. Pretty much halfway through the lap here as we come down towards Pouron now on board with Axnes. Art van der Lane, RP James look like they might have had invalidated laps further down the field, but Neo, Killer Blue and Ledyen in second position now. Gary up to 4th. Axnes coming through in and around 7th position. Pariah just ahead of him for the YWR team. And Axnes now coming through the middle sector. Towards the end of the middle sector. Can take that curb quite vigorously and not pick up an invalidation through Stavilo there. And now on the run towards Broncheron, famously where Peroni went off. Where Luciano Berti went off in 2001 with that crash with Eddie Irvine. Axnes now through Blancheron safely, and he's on the run down towards the bus stop chicane. Axnes coming through. Let's see if we can get a good time here on the board. Looks like he's going to be in around 6th or 7th position to the line. Neil with a 143 flat. Pariah, Bjartman, James and Art Vanderlei all having disqualified laps out on track. We'll run you through the full grid in just a second. So we'll run you through that grid very shortly indeed. Neo by nearly 0.3 of a second on Legend in second, so pretty much how it was in the last race. Killer Blue in third with Gary in 4th, so XL have 3 out of the top 4 out on track. Cup in 5th with Axnes in 6th, Cup best of the NLR team, YWR as well, Axnes best of them. DJ Dio in 7th, Ryder in 8th for the Rising Phoenix team, Charlie in 9th with Ben Jess in 10th, Riley Bees in 11th, Marcus in 12th, Atlas Copel in 13th, Isotopic in 14th, Fax Viking in 15th, Hardly BM in 16th, and we had disqualifications and invalidations from Pariah, Bjartman, RP James and Art Vanderlei. Remember, top 10, whatever tyre compound that they qualified on within qualifying, they will start on in the race. So I think Ryder is the exception rather than the rule, if I'm not mistaken. He's the only one out of the top 10 on a set of medium compound tyres, and everyone else on a set of soft compound tyres. Softs, probably lap 4, lap 5, you should see the pit stops begin to happen. For mediums, probably lap 7, lap 8, I'm thinking, to be honest, for a 25% race around here. Of course, duplicate that pretty much if it was a 50% league race, as we normally run, of course, here on the TTTV channel within TTL F1 and TTL F2, TTL F1 League 2, I should say, as well. But who's your predictions on? Who's your predictions on for the team standings and indeed for the drivers as well out on track? I think one name strikes out at me again will be Neo. I think Neo could possibly run away with this once again. He's back on pole position. Perfect pole. Fastest lap and race win last time out in France. Getting the way for the formation lap. Let's have a look then at everyone's strategies. And interestingly, actually, not surprised to be honest, that majority of the guys further down the field have gone for a set of medium compounded tyres again. Belgium, a very high wearing track. In terms of soft compounded tyres around here, high wearing is probably about nearly 5% per lap. You will have a look at it. If you're a driver around here and if you're driving league race around here, it's about a 5% gap, 5% degradation difference lap upon lap around here. On the mediums it's not too bad, it's about 4%, but it's still quite high tyre wear, and you're going to be shot of the tyres, especially if you've got overworn tyres from qualifying. The guys in the top 10 may tend to struggle just a little bit through the opening couple of laps until those tyres begin to blister off around lap 4, lap 5. They will begin to go off around that point. So having a look through the bottom half of the field from 11th down to 20th in particular, Riley B's, Atlas Copel, Isotopic, Vax Viking, Hardly BM, Bjartman, James and Art Vanderlei, all on a set of medium compound of tyres. Marcus and Pariah, exception rather than the rule. Marcus on a set of soft compounded tyres, Pariah on a set of soft compounded tyres, so two of the YWR drivers on a set of soft compounded tyres. Of course, Axner is up there in 6th positions on a set of softs, and the other driver for YWR, Bjartman, is on a set of medium compounded tyres. So a bit of a difference in the strategy, as you can probably tell. But as I say, 5% tyre difference for tyre wear for the soft compounded tyres per lap, 4% for a set of mediums around here. The fresher mediums, of course, will wear off at a slightly slower rate, which means they'll get longer into the race. But the softs and the mediums that are already worn through qualifying, with Ryder especially on a set of mediums, they will already be worn through qualifying. So that will take a lot of tyre management out on track. And I think lap 7, lap 8 could be the lap 6, lap 7, lap 8 probably the way to go for the mediums. As I say, lap 4, lap 5 I'm thinking maybe even sooner than that for a set of soft compounded tyres around here. But we are coming to the end of the formation lap, and the final cars are joining onto their grid stops any moment now, and I'm going to go for another top 3 once again. Let's go for Neil for the win again. I think it might be XL12. I think Killablu will finish 2nd, and for 3rd, do not rule out Ryder in this race on a set of mediums. He's on the different strategy, but the 5 red lights are about to go out here in Belgium for round 2 of Mini League 3. And it's lights out and away we go. Legend gets a very good start. Killablu as well gets a good start. Could be 3 wide down towards the source. Certainly going to be 2 wide as Legend tries to go around the outside for the Rising Phoenix team, but Neo hangs on down the inside line through the source, and very good in behind as well. Oppie James and Isotopic possibly caught up in a little bit of evidence and further down the field, but Neo on the run through a Rouge and Radion for the first time leads the way. Let's have a look through. Everyone is pretty much clean through, I think. A little bit of off running there, but everyone's clean through a Rouge and Radion, which I think is good. And it's 3 wide for the lead as Killablu is trying to go around the outside of both Legend and Neil. 3 into 1 surely doesn't go, but it does this time, and Legend parts into the Red Sea, gets the move done. And look at Gary down the inside of Killablu as well. Fantastic action coming through Lecom. Legend has pulled it off, parting of the Red Sea like Moses did back before in AD. Legend is through, and he's in to the lead of the race. Neil was in 2nd. Neil did not have a look in because Killablu was trying to go around the outside of him. Very good track awareness by all 3 of those drivers. Fantastic stuff. Charlie is on the back of DJ Dio as well. They fly through Puon for the first time, and everyone is clean through. Riley Beats has been caught up in an incident, possibly with Art Vanderlei, or possibly further down the field, as now Cup has gone up into 5th position, so Axned's down, might have just run a little bit too deep on that set of softs. So Cup is through and he's up into 5th position. But fantastic start, and Legend leads the way for the Rising Phoenix team to come through Blanchimont for the first time. We'll come up towards Blanchimont, but look at Neil beginning to close in that gap already. You can see if he's right on board with the German, trying to get the move done down into bus stop. We go back on board though further down the field as Bjartman and Ryder ghost inside of each other, and that's not what you like to see. And they're still ghost inside of each other. And now, sorry, it's Bjartman and Marcus, I should say. Bjartman lagging profusely. This is going to be real heaven on earth, I think. Hell on earth for some of the guys out on track. Bjartman looks like he might be desinking out of the race. Hardly BM is on the back of him. Never nice to see. But BenJS down the inside of Axnes gets the move done, and Axnes has lost a whole host of positions in fact. So Axnes down into 9th. He was behind Cup the last time we saw. So the two NLR drivers, TTGO and Charlie, and BenJS are through, and Axnes is really struggling through a Rouge and Radion. In fact, I think he's got left side end plate damage, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, he has. He's got left side end plate damage. So Axnes going to be letting through Marcus, I think, here down in towards Lecom. He does. Marcus is through and he's up into 9th. We still have that bit of a glitch in behind. Back Spiking is on the back of RP James. But let's go back on board with the battle to the leaders. Neo was down the inside through Brussels and now through X. Legend holds on to the lead of the race, but Neo was looking feisty. Gary and Killer Blue, wingmen to the German in 2nd. Legend doing a good job out on track. Remember, coming into tonight, coming into round 2, 1 point separates Rising Phoenix and Excel, 68 to 67, out on track coming into tonight. And you would say, arguably, at the start of, as we are halfway through lap 2 and nearly toward the end of lap 2 in fact, Excel have a distinct advantage currently out on track. We see further down the field a bit of a battle going on. Bjarman is lagging. Harley BM is trying to get the move done on Axes though in the meantime, and Harley BM's into the wall, and I'm not sure if that was a bit of desync involved in there, but it's unfortunate for the Dutchman. Harley BM out of the race. It either looked like he just took a little bit too much speed through Stavolo, or if there was a little bit of a desync with Bjarman just ahead. But Harley BM is out of the race and he will not pick up any points for the NLR team. In the meantime, though, for the lead of the race, Neo was on the back of Legend. Everyone being clean through, and Legend, in fact, trying to take full advantage. But I think this is a bit of a move and a bit of a ploy here from the Rising Phoenix man, because he's going to pick up DRS on Neo. I don't think Neo was aware. He was trying to get the move done for position anyways. But has Legend just pulled off an absolute masterstroke? Down the Kemmel straight we come, past Dutch corner on the left hand side, and Legend is going to sail past Neo here, down towards the inside. Neo goes, but it's not good enough, and Legend is through, and he's into the lead of the race, as DJ Dio and Cup have a bit of a battle in behind as well. DJ Dio's up to 5th, Cup down to 6th, out on track. BenJS trying to make his way through there in 8th position as well. Just filtering through. Isotopic's on the back of Ryder. Ryder, in fact, has already been into the pit, as is Isotopic. I think, no, Isotopic actually hasn't. So Ryder could be in a bit of a good situation if he can keep those tyres going to the end. He's on a set of soft compound of tyres. If I can get them up, there we are. He's on a set of soft compound of tyres. So Ryder in 15th position. Could try and pull off a bit of a masterstroke for the Rising Phoenix team. He's catching up Anderlecht very quickly indeed. Legend, though, leads the way. Coming through Stavolo for the 3rd time. It's Legend who leads from Neo in 2nd. Remember, 7 kilometres distance around here at Belgium, at Spa-Francorchamps. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the race so far out on track. If you are, and if you love the action here for Mini League 3, like, comment and subscribe. Legend is under all sorts of pressure though. Look at the speed of Neo. He's running ERS. He's down the inside into the bus stop chicane. Can he get the move done? Oh, Vanderleest round through Stavolo, and Neo is into the pits from the lead of the race. Neo got the move done on Legend. I think Legend actually had one eye possibly to come into the pit lane. So that's unfortunate for him. He's going to have to go out onto another lap. But Legend leads the way from Killer Blue in 2nd. But now he's got rid of 1 XL man. He's got rid of 2 actually, because Gary is into the pits as well. But Killer Blue is on the back of Legend, running up towards the Rouge and Radion for the 4th time. And he picks up a 3-second time penalty there. You saw it. Actually, as we cut it on board, the left side of the car, the left front especially, running over. You can't run too much over the curb at a Rouge and Radion, because of course he will pick up a 3-second time penalty, as unfortunately proven there by Killer Blue. RP James though, trying to catch onto the back of Bartman. This is actually the best battle for the mediums out on track. Bjartman in 7th. Looks like he's sort of let his connection slightly, which is good to see. James the Irishman out on track in 8th. And James actually drove a very good race within France. I think he finished 8th or 9th, if I'm not mistaken, in France. And again, he is beginning to come into play. He's got Bjartman and a bit of a lacking car ahead, which is going to be pretty off-putting in a driver's scenario like that. I've had that before, when a driver ahead has been lagging profusely and you try and get the overtake done and you in fact desync inside of the car. Never a nice scenario to be in. But James hopefully going to try and provide himself, if he's got the pace, to catch up and then pass Bjartman. I think he has, but just saying that, he's 1.2 seconds off on the back of Bjartman there. But Legend leads the way. Is Legend going to come into the pits? I think, as I say, I think he had one eye to the pit lane last lap around. But Legend into the bus stop chicane. And no, he's going to continue on. So Legend is in. But DJ Dio and Cup are in. And Charlie are in. So all NLR drivers are in. Marcus is in as well. So that now leaves Legend and Killer Blue possibly going overcut on the likes of Neo and Gary out on track. Interval timing, if you want to take note of the interval timing, it is 17 seconds between Legend and Neo. Neo was in 11th position before the pit stop, so he of course is going to get past easily on the likes of Cup and Charlie and DJ Dio as well. Ryder, in fact, has undercut, I think, everyone. Yeah, Ryder just coming out. It's going to be side by side, possibly through a Rouge and Radion. Look at the overspeed of Ryder. He's on the set of soft compounded tyres. Whether they'll last to the end is another thing. Oh, and he gets caught. What a recovery. Ryder with a recovery of the century there. Ryder, goodness me, caught the curb on the inside of a Rouge. How on earth he didn't go into the wall or lose the car there is absolutely beyond me, and it's absolute credit to the guy out on track. Ryder in 11th, producing maybe one of the saves of the mini league already. And it's only lap 5. Fantastic recovery there by Ryder. Neo, in the meantime, is on the back of Vax Viking. Down the inside of Puon he goes and sails through. Neo is up into 4th. Vax Viking not really putting up a fight there. Neo now in clear air because Bjornman 5 seconds up the road. RP James, by the way, did come into the pits, so he's now relatively in clean air. He's in 14th position for the Rising Phoenix team. And of course, it looks to me as if it's Advantage Excel out on track. Killer Blue and Legend are still going round. In fact, we'll cut on board with these guys now. Legend is still going, but Killer Blue is in. So Killer Blue is into the pits. We see how tight the pit lane is here at the circuit of Spa-Francorchamps. But Killer Blue now into the pits. Watch out, because he's going to be in and around DJ Dio Charlie sort of area, I think. Not only are they running up into the bus stop chicane, this could be quite tight between these guys. Gary's on the back of Atlas Coppola trying to get the move done here as well. So Gary trying to fight through a little bit of traffic. Looks like the Irishman is going to get the move done. They're pretty much split across the track down and towards the source. And Atlas Coppola's completely missed out his braking zone. And that is why you do not run side by side down through the corner and not all the way across the track, because you cannot really see the other driver. And Atlas Coppola, I think, to be honest, has to take full advantage in that. Ryder is going slow. Gary has got the move done illegally, I think, there on Ryder. He'll have to let him through, which he does. But all of that, Killer Blue, by the way, ahead of DJ Dio and Cup and Charlie. This is all kicking off big time. Right down the inside of Gary. Got right side end plate damage as the Irishman. Unfortunate, I think. Atlas Coppola, though, just completely messed up his braking zone. You cannot run on the inside line going in towards the source and try and get away with it. It is so impossible to try and pick up the braking point there at the inside of the source. And that's why Atlas Coppola was found out and went into the back, unfortunately, of Gary, or went into the side of Gary, unfortunately. But now Ryder is on the back of Atlas Coppola. Again, he runs wide slightly through Puon. In the meantime, Legend still leads at 16.8 seconds. That gap has stayed very consistent, in fact, and Legend looks like he's got a bit of pace about him. And as soon as I say that, he's got a 3-second time penalty, so he can ignore and probably at me later on with me and that commentator's curse. Ryder on the back of Atlas Coppola, though, in the meantime. This is towards Bronchemont. Legend is into the pitch from the lead of the race, but now Ryder is on the back. And he's down on the inside line through Bronchemont. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, and it's Marcus that's round through Stavilo. And Ryder gets the move done, and Atlas Coppola, though, in the meantime, softs against mediums. Only one way that was going to go, because Atlas Coppola still, I think, has to come into the pits, if I'm not mistaken. He does. And Atlas Coppola still going round out on track with Ryder in 7th. Good move there. Legend out behind Neo by about 1.5 seconds, maybe even 2 seconds coming out of the pits, but he's not too far behind. He's on fresher mediums, which is going to give him a distinct advantage out on track. Gary, by the way, is through on Atlas Coppola. Might have been a bit of a let through there, to be honest. Atlas Coppola may have let through Gary there, so Gary still in it. Still looks like he's got pace about the car, which is good to see. In the meantime, we'll focus on Marcus, who's on the back of Axnes. Two body wire drivers out on track battling. This is for 13th and 14th position. Cup is on the back of DJ Dio as well. You could see where this is going to go for Marcus, trying to close in with no ERS. Trying to go around the outside of Lecom. Brakes later for the corner. Axnes not giving that up without a fight. But good respect between the two YWR drivers out on track, and Marcus is through, and he's up into 13th. And Riley Bees is through as well and back to Viking, and he's up into 16th position. Not the race that Riley would have been hoping for. I'm sure he will recover for next week, that is for sure. But he gets the move done on a very fresh compound of tyres that Viking has. He's only just came out the pits, so Riley Bees with warmer tyres, with better pace, has got the move done on back to Viking quite comfortably. NLR having a bit of a train here. DJ Dio, Cup and Charlie for 4th, 5th and 6th, and in fact Cup gets a much better exit there of DJ Dio, who was very close to hitting the wall there through Stavilo, and Cup now is through, and he's up into P4 out on track. Fantastic stuff. DJ Dio, Charlie is on the back of him as well. Charlie looking to the inside line on his fellow NLR driver, but NLR recovering well here within Mini League 3. Well down within the first race. NLR 4th, 5th and 6th, and in fact that other driver is out of the race, hardly BM, so only 3 out on track. It's pretty much like a tandem ride for these guys out on track. Going to be stuck in a bit of a DRS train, don't get us wrong as well. So focus then on the back of battle, well, kind of battle for the lead. Yeah, Legend trying to get a little bit closer for the Rising Phoenix team. Excel and Rising Phoenix out on track, dominating I think once again. But NLR is going to have something to say about that because DJ Dio's on the back of Cup. But again, I think these guys are just going to run in for position. But the guy you want to be on, the guy that you want to have the money on board with is indeed, as we see, side by side, and Bjartman unfortunately desyncs at the wrong moment coming through Lecom. Ben JS had no option there. Ghosting system failing now on Ben JS. He looked like he got the move done. I think he had the car ahead into the corner. So Ben JS did get that move done. He's up to 10th. But Bjartman just having a bit of contact there. And again, not Ben JS's fault. It's just pure desync. And I'm sure that will be considered for next week. If they were to put Bjartman forward YWR for next week, I've got to be honest, I would probably go for another driver who has a more stable connection. I think because Bjartman just causing a little bit too many problems, I think, out on track. Although they're quite minute, an incident like that is well, I wouldn't say it's unacceptable, but it can be avoided. Righto, on the back of Charlie though in the meantime. 7th position, Charlie in 6th. Legend catching Neo, 9/10 of the gap now between Neo and Legend. I wonder actually if Neo made a bit of a mistake into the bus stop chicane. Legend responds, 45.9, so he might have just had a little bit of a mistake there into the bus stop chicane ahead. We ride on board though with Ryder. Seems to be one of my favourite people to be riding on board with here tonight. He's on a set of soft compounded tyres, and he is in 7th position. Atlas Copel, by the way, is into the pit, should be out behind back to Viking. So Ryder on the back of Charlie, trying to spoil the NLR party ahead. And see, much better exit there. Ryder having so much confidence coming through a Rouge and Radion. He's on the back of Charlie. Is he going to get the move done as well? Ryder's very close here to the back of Charlie. Can he get the move done? Is he going to slingshot it down the inside? You can pardon the pun there. Bjartman is retired out of the race. So Bjartman out of the race, and that is through La Source. Bjartman is retired through La Source at turn 1. So, not sure what happened there. We'll ride on board with Isotopic, just to catch on board with that, and Pariah as well, getting moved on Riley Bees. So Pariah through, and he's up into 13th position on Riley Bees. Who just come past the car there in the meantime. Viking and Atlas Copa having a bit of a battle, a squabble for 15th and 16th. Of course, no wooden spoons here within Mini League 3, as I normally like to say within my TTTV commentaries, that the final point scoring position is for the the final position out on track is for the wooden spoon, but it isn't, because these guys, 3 drivers now out of the race, more points that these guys gain, who are still continuing, like Isotopic for example has gained himself a couple more positions, that will help their team. Even by a couple of points it will help their team. Charlie on the back of DJ Dio, and they've actually dropped Ryder over the last couple of laps or so. Legend has made some sort of mistake as well during the course of the last lap there. Penultimate lap of the race though we go on, and Neo leads by 2.4 seconds from Legend in 2nd, Killer Blue in 3rd, Cup in 4th, on a bit of an NLR train. Dio and Charlie nearly into the back of DJ Dio there, out on track. In the meantime, it's side by side running through Blanchimont and now towards the bus stop. Riley Bees trying to go around the outside on Pariah, trying to get the move done. Not quite. Might have the run out the corner though. but he doesn't. Yellow flag in Sector 3, I think, is for Isotopic, if I'm not mistaken. It's side by side between the two NLR drivers, Charlie and DJ Dio, and they swap positions. Charlie is through, he's up to P5, DJ Dio down to 6th, but look who is on the back of them. That man again, Ryder, he will be picking up maybe a position or two, because Charlie's just picked up a 3-second time. Looking at the mini-map there, we'll cut on board though with that in just a second. Ben JS though on the back of Gary, who has struggled his way through the race since picking up damage as a result of Atlas Copo having contact with him down into the source. But Neo leads the way once again. It's 2.1 seconds out on track, but the main battle we want to focus on the run through Erosion Rally on now is this battle between Ryder and DJ Dio. He could have DRS as well, DJ Dio, but look at the pace of Ryder. He really wants this, you know. Look at the speed, 210 mile an hour nearly on the run towards Lecom. Can he get the move done? We swap the camera angle, try to go around the outside, he can't. DJ Dio and Ryder, good respect shown there between both of them, but DJ Dio may be holding up Ryder here, but Ryder's looking quicker again. Ryder back on board, trying to go around the outside of Brussels. Not going to get the move done there though. Ryder hanging on. His only opportunity could be through Blanchimont and on the run towards the bus stop chicane. Riley Bees and Pariah having a good squabble up the top of the hill there through Lecom. And Riley Bees is back doing up to 13th. Dio runs wide. Ryder trying to gain. But Charlie could prove a little bit of a wingman to DJ Dio. Could try and force Ryder into something. Vax Viking, by the way, has pitted again. So Vax Viking into the pits, and he's just came out of the pits, in fact, out on track. But I think that is pretty much the battling all over and done with, as Neo, the German, comes round the final bus stop, chicane for the final time. Neo is going to win out on track, but will cut on board because Ryder is on the back of DJ Dio. RP James is on the back of Ben JS as well, just in behind, and Ryder down the inside line trying to go around the outside now on DJ Dio through bus stop. Not going to work, but we'll cut on board with James, who's very late on the brakes on the back of Ben JS. They're trying to hold off the two XL drivers here, but James is on the back. Can he get the run on Ben JS? He can't. Ben JS just about to hold on for an 8th position, in fact, as Gary picked up a 3-second time penalty. Cup is up to 2nd. Cup is up to 2nd with 3-second time penalties being picked up, so Cup up to 2nd for NLR. Legend in 3rd, Killer Blue in 4th, DJ Deal running off the top 5. We see everyone now come across the line. Pariah jumps up on Marcus up to 13th. They'll be waiting quite a while, I think, for the likes of Vax Viking and Atlas Copo to come round. Nice topic as well. Atlas Copo now through in 15th position. 3 drivers finishing for OWR, 3 drivers finishing YWR, and 3 drivers finishing for NLR as well. Arguably better in that race, I think, in terms of points, NLR, even with 3 drivers finishing. Fantastic stuff out on track. Yellow flag in Sector 3 was, I think, for Vax Viking, who's had another moment out on track. So Vax Viking now coming across the line in 16th. Thank you so much, guys, by the way, for tuning in. I think we reached 32 viewers at one point within the session. Vax Viking thought he was going to do a touch of donuts, to be honest. No, he's going to park it across the line. He's going to wait for Isotopic, and I wonder if they're going to swap positions here. Vax Viking across the line. Yeah, Isotopic gets fastest lap of the race. Whether that helped or not is a different thing, and it didn't, because Vax Viking had no penalties and Isotopic did. So that was worthless. What you've just seen there was absolutely worthless. Anyways, it is Neo once again to the top step of the podium. The former winner of League of Europe Division 1 in Division 1 has now taken both race wins here in the mini league. It could be vital for XL going into next week. But the only way you will find out what happens is to tune in next week as well for Mini League 3. I, of course, will be there once again next week for both Japan and Germany. But we see the full grid order come up very shortly indeed. And it is Neo who takes the win. 7.7 seconds the gap to Cup. Unfortunately for Legend, he picked up 6 seconds worth of time penalty, so that's why he's down in 3rd. Killer Blue in 4th with no penalties. With 3 seconds, sorry. DJ Dio in 5th with no penalties. Charlie in 6th. Ryder in 7th. Ben Jess in 8th. Gary in 9th. James recovered well. 19th up to 10th. Good drive from him. He had a little bit of contact earlier on in the race. Axes in 11th. Riley Bees in 12th. Pariah in 13th. Marcus in 14th. Atlas Scorpion in 15th. Vax Viking in 16th. Isotopic in 17th. So the top 17 drivers all get points Beyond Manart, Vanderlei and Hartley BM, because they didn't finish, don't pick up any points for their teams. That's how it works here with the alternative point system here in Mini League. And fantastic action capped off by 2 wins from Neo for XL. Fantastic driving out on track by everyone, and fantastic to see a lot of overtaking as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Mini League 3. Of course, it will be back next week, as I say, for Japan and Germany, and we will do it all over again. And no, I'm not Jeremy Corbyn by doing that, but hey ho. Let's have a look then in the old comment section. Let's ride on board with your final comments as we have a look at the comment section, if I can find the stream, that is. It's all the way down in my subscriptions. There we go. Good racing by everyone out on track. Mr. Cobalt saying it was laggy. Oh, that might have been my internet, so that's my apologies, to be honest. Poor lad commentating F1 2017. F1 2017 was quite good back in the day, to be honest. Thanks to all the drivers, and thanks to me as well. Thank you very much, Conti, for that, and thank you everyone as well for tuning in. As I say, Mayor Ryan saying great event and great commentary as always, James. On to next week, an even better result. Hashtag drive to XL. Could we get that trending on Twitter maybe for that team, for XL? Who knows? But fantastic action out on track, as I say. The only way you will find out what will happen next week, and the only way you will find out the point standings as well, is to follow at Esports Mini. That is capital E Sports, capital E for Echo Sports, and then capital M for Mini. So at them on Twitter, because that's where the point standings will be after the 2 races that we've had tonight, and indeed for the Mini League 1 standings as well. I will of course read them out at the start of next week's stream as well. So we've got all bases pretty much covered here for Mini League. But thank you so much for tuning in to Mini League tonight. Thank you so much to everyone who's given me the opportunity to commentate on this, to Aiden as well. Thinking about Aiden, his internet gave up on him. He was due to commentate here, and I know how hard that can be. But he will be taking you through Mini League 2 instead, starting from next week. And all that's left for me to say is, thank you so much for watching. Stay at home, protect the NHS, protect your health service wherever you live as well, and save lives. Thank you so much for watching. I've been James Head. Thank you for watching, and until next time, goodbye.